Alrighty guys, so this is probably my first proper video on the Talaria MX5. Before we go out, I'm just going to explain some of the stuff we've done to it. Awesome little bike, but obviously the tyres, as everyone said, are its biggest weak point. So what we did was we changed out the front tyre. I actually pinched the rear tube on my last ride out because here in Australia do a lot of enduro riding, not on these things. I think me and my cousin are probably like one of the first to do these enduro, like hard enduro, and I think I pushed it to its limits a little bit too much, and I had a rim lock, but I still pinched the rear tube on the stock tires, which are not crash hot anyway. So we went ahead and replaced the front tire with a Maxxis. I'll just get the so I'm pretty sure it's a Maxxis IU 203 IH, I should say, and then the rear is a Maxxis 204 IH 90-116. So we've got a 16, we're running 16-19. We did have to shave a little bit of the knobs here, and we fit a 428 non-O-ring chain just to get some clearance. As you can see, it's like super close to like a couple mil. We might have to shave a little bit more off, but like I said, first ride today. What I also did was, just to gain that clearance back from losing that couple inches with the smaller wheel, we went ahead and purchased the Warp 9 Razor rear shock linkage, which is that one there. And other than that, that's all we've really done. And we've just put the hand guards on because I think they're a non-negotiable when you're riding through tight singles, branches sticking out and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna jump on the bike. We're gonna head down to a little track behind my house here at Picnic Point in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Some nice technical stuff back there, and do a little review on the upgrades and also just on the bike in general and how it rides through those tracks. Because like, yeah, I mean, I've seen some videos, I know the TB boys do them in the States, you know, in through those Rocky Mountains and whatnot, but might as well get it going here in Australia too, and give you guys some feedback. Alrighty, so see you on the trails. Alright guys, so we're on the Talaria MX5 Pro. Just riding back to my house real quick, because the bike's actually kept at my mother-in-law's house. I'm just going to let some air out of the tyres, and we're also just going to get my gloves because they weren't in the tub where I thought they were, so definitely want them. So definitely feels a little taller being on it. I mean, we haven't hit the trails yet, but definitely feels taller on the road for sure. So we're going to play around with the gearing as well. Since now we've kind of changed the rear of the wheel, show you guys how to do that as well. Let's just get over to my house first and pull over, and yeah, we'll see you there. Definitely, I don't know, it just feels nicer to ride with the 16, just feels more planted. It doesn't feel like the wheels like struggling to find grip and like tipping over as much. It's just a lot more stable, just feels more at home. Alright, so we had to improvise and put my Harley gloves on because someone lost my motocross gloves, so I have to go and get some of them. But alright, we've taken a little bit of air out of the back, made it a little bit more squishy, in the front not as much so, but still enough. So, oh yeah, that's so much better. And that's how it should be ridden. Alrighty, so we're here on these singles and get in there now and really get into it and ride this thing a bit harder, put it through its paces just to see what this tyre does. As you guys know, the MX5 is just already out of the box, such a great bike, but you know, the tyres are lacking 100%. Just let me fill that. Yeah, that's fine. And you know, they are a good idea to replace it. Like, you know, get your use out of them, whatever. Burn them out if you want. You know, not bad for wheelies on the road and whatnot, but you're riding like dirts, like rocky stuff, you know, they just don't hold up, you know. They just they tend to like to dig into soft stuff like sand too easily. And you know, when you're going up some gnarly like hill climbs and stuff like that, they don't hold the test of time. They're just, you don't feel safe on them, let's put it that way. That's probably the best word. You know, like you can just feel like the bike could wash out from under you at any point. And you just know that there's way more potential in the bike itself if you were to put better tyres. So you don't even have to do the 16-inch rear wheel. You could easily just do the 19, keep the stock 19 and hit a crossroads there. Like, this is some pretty tree rooty stuff. Jumped over a little bit there. You can see how dense it gets in here, you know. Yeah, this is way denser than last time. Don't remember this massive rock ledge. But yeah, like, let's try and Alright, seem to have gotten back on a bit of a better route. It's very tight, this stuff, but it also is quite fun and challenging and technical. So yeah, we love it. Last weekend we were doing some real big hill climbing stuff down the south, you know, and that was on the stock rear tyre which I had worn out. And man, these bikes are so capable. It was going up at like, it was almost just like cheating, you know. Like, we're so used to riding gas bikes, and that's all this today will be about. It'll be more about me comparing back to like two-stroke enduros, which I know they're totally different bikes, but why not do a comparison, you know? Like, I came from gas bikes for a good 10-15 years riding them, and then these are just so different, but they have their place. They're so capable, and they just tend to be way more forgiving. Just nicer to, you know, if you do stuff up on a section, you're not going to hurt yourself. Like, you don't need to worry as much. You know, yeah, you can still hurt yourself on them, but they are forgiving. You can put your feet down and go, okay, it's all good. I can correct that. They're light, they're nimble, no clutch work, not as much arm pump, no vibration. You know, those things just, they are heavy, but geez, they're great machines. Two-stroke gas bikes and four-strokes and whatnot. But I've had a back injury, and that's the whole reason I switched to an e-bike. And you know, if you had asked me like a couple of years back, oh, would you ever get one, I would have said, you won't catch me dead on one. But nowadays I can't get off it. Love it. You know, it's just so nice. And you can hear yourself talk and speak and think. Heaps of grip up there, heaps of grip up there. Great. Yeah, this 16-inch tyre is really working nicely in here. Super impressed. Feels like a proper dirt bike now. Just happy with that. Ooh, bit of a bottom out there. My fault. Peg scrapage. As you can see, like, pretty technical stuff, you know, through here. Like, there's a bit of a downhill section here, which is quite nice. Takes it out here. I love it, you know. This bike still gives you that enduro feel, which I never want to lose. Hey sir, how are you? That's good. Have a good day. yeah, essentially this is also a walking track, so we do need to be careful, pedestrians sightseeing and enjoying the day. Sunny day, beautiful day out here, Sydney, New South Wales. We're in the middle of winter, so perfect riding time for these things. Absolutely wonderful. Actually, this trail's really nice. Really enjoying it. Okay, so we've got some stairs here, so let's see how we go down the stairs here. Yeah, what I thought, you know, it'll do it, but not as good as a full-size tyre bike, like an 18. Let's see. Okay, I could have log hopped that one a bit better. I kind of just hit it front on. Wasn't really ready for it. Let's see. Bit rusty, so I haven't ridden enduro in a while. More just single trail, a little bit of hill climbing stuff, but not this real technical stuff here. For like I said, super forgiving. Like I just pivot turn this up that part. If I was on a full size bike, it would be get off, lift the rear end up, and struggle, waste more energy, and not as long as riding time, and then be screwed by the end of it. These things just allow you to keep going and just enjoy the ride. Alrighty. Probably just pause it here for a sec, catch some breath, have a drink. We'll come back to it. But have an awesome time out here on the MX5 with this new wheel set. And let's just stand back and have a look at it. Yeah. Awesome guys. Alrighty. Check back in a minute.